I look stressed and bedraggled, that's because I am. I just had the lunchtime from hell. I think Bill's is about to go and roll in the turnout pen. Such a gorgeous day. I thought, you know what would be nice? I'll chuck the horses out. Like, we've had hair's going over. I had a couple of like good drying days, and I thought, you know what? I'll treat them. I'll chuck them out. Chuck them out. Came back at lunchtime to get them in. Nabbed my brother to come and help me get them in, because I thought, let's be sensible. Let's get an extra pair of hands. And in the process of trying to get them in, I had hold of Sienna, and Corporal whipped round the back of her, and as he whipped round the back of her, he jumped like to get past her, because you know he doesn't trust her. And as he jumped to get past her, he jumped into a ditch, and a deep ditch, and a really muddy, full of branches and that kind of thing ditch. I'm not sure why. He's walked past this ditch all of his life and has never once tried to go in the ditch. But I'll show you his wounds in a second. Honestly, the most stressful, probably only a couple of minutes of my life in that short space of time. Billy's testing out the new barracks, and he's not completely convinced by it, are you, Bills? He's not sure why he's been dumped out here. I don't want Coop in the sand in the turnout pen with his cuts. So Billy has been evicted, but I actually think Billy should quite like it out here. It's got a little bit more room to have a bit of fun. But yeah, so honestly, in those like couple of minutes while he was stuck, and he then started thrashing like horses do, and he's trying to get himself out, and I'm holding on to Sienna, who's panicking, and I was just thinking, you know, Coop is everything to me, absolutely everything to me. I mean, that horse is a 1 in a million, and to watch him be stressed like that and panicking and not being able to help him in those first like 30 seconds, and trying to keep Sienna cool and keeping an eye on Billy, who's further up the field, and just thinking, oh my god, this is just like hell on earth right now. Anyway, excuse my yard, because it was like all action stations. As soon as we got back, like got the other two in and then started washing him off and trying to clean the mud off and trying to find what he'd done damage wise. Bless him, excuse the wind, he seems chippering up. He's actually really upset that Billy's in the turnout pen. Coop loves his turnout pen, so he doesn't really like to share it. He's had a bath with his legs and everything, but if I swing around here, the sun's so bright today, he's really messed up his hock. If I swing around there and show you, thankfully I think they're all superficial. I've gone through them, I've kind of cleaned them up, and nothing looks too deep. Obviously, it's quite a few cuts. I don't like any cuts near joints. I know nothing's that deep, but you just don't want them around there. So he's had some bute and things like that. He's also scraped down his front leg. You're not going to be able to see because of the sun, but along there and there. Again, hopefully they're fairly superficial. I've spoken to the vet. I've sent the vet photos, and they said that they think I can manage it as it is, but obviously if it starts to look upset in any way, they'll come straight out. Honestly, couldn't be more terrified. I need to at some point, good boy, give him a little walk up and just see how he's looking. He looked stiff as he went up the field, but we need to have a look, don't we? So he's moving into Billy's stable, because I want him somewhere warm and slightly drier than the sand, which is why I've turfed Bill's out. While this is all going on, we also decided today was the day to empty out the turnout pen, because we deep litter it. You two, I don't want these two becoming too close, because otherwise it'll cause drama. We emptied out the turnout pen, and that's a mammoth job in itself. So it was just a lot for one lunchtime, a lot. But Bill, thankfully, seems quite chilled. Seems to be appreciating his new room with a view. Very nice view it is too. Sienna seems happier. She doesn't seem to be... When we first did this, Sienna just ran at the window baring her teeth. She doesn't seem so bothered. So good. This is good. This is all good. I need to just breathe. And I've got 15 minutes before I need to go back to work. That gives me an attractive forehead. I've just come out to do nighttime stables. Just stood on something that was on my doorstep from Angus. Insides of something. Charming. I was in my slippers as well. Nothing better. Mr Coop, how are you doing, sunshine? Hello? You in there? Hello. I need to put some stable bandages on. I'm going to muck out. Oh, God, you're such a messy monster, aren't you? Trashes this stable. He's awful. I'm going to... God, it's so cold tonight. So cold. I feel like this is the coldest it's been in quite some time. I'm going to have a look at the legs. I feel like that back leg higher up looks slightly swollen, but no, it might well be. Just going to check how the legs are looking. And then stable oh God, I can't talk, it's so cold. Stable bandage the back legs. Yeah, he looks happy enough in himself, which is good. And I did give him a little trot up earlier, and he was sore and he looked stiff, but he wasn't lame. So fingers crossed, that was good. But yeah, oh God, I'm going to get going. Some nice green stable bandages. It's the back on track wraps underneath, which are just amazing. I wouldn't use anything else. I find they're so good when bandaging. So yeah, what do you reckon? Oh, God. Hello. You all right? To be fair, you've got enough beauty in your system to probably feel all right, don't you, mate? Hey? Probably have to go and check out how Bill's is doing in a minute. He wasn't that happy in the dark earlier, but I think he has settled. So he's genuinely quite a spooky horse, Bill's. And I think he was just finding the fact that he could see everything in the field at night was just freaking him out a little bit. But let's tidy your stable up, Sunshine. You made a right mess, haven't you? Here's Bill's. You can just about make out his rug. He seems a lot more settled now, don't you, Bills? You were a little bit stressy earlier. He's a naturally spookyish horse. Like, if you put anything in a new place, he's the sort of horse that will always spot it and kind of go, oh my God, you've moved the spade. So I think, having the whole world to look out at from the pen was just a bit overwhelming earlier, but he seems a lot more settled now. And I will see you guys in the morning. Morning, it is Saturday. I'm here with the old bean. He looks quite chipper, actually. I'm pleased. He looks pretty happy. He had a good night. He seemed very settled, so that's good. Going to take him out, look at his legs and so on, and clean them up again, and probably put more silver spray on them. Hand walk him as well. Yes, we're coming to you. Her stable doesn't look too messy, so I don't think she's been running around last night with Bills on the other side. I definitely think I heard Bills whinny once in the night. I woke up and was like, what was that? But I didn't hear too much noise. No, I didn't. Morning, Bills. You were really brave last night, weren't you? You were really brave. What's your stable like? Oh, you're a good boy. You go to the loo mostly outside. Coop does it always inside his pen, but Billy looks like actually the majority of his are out there. Well done, Bills. That's very tidy. He's eaten all of his hay net, so that's good. He must have been pretty happy last night. Not had one of these views for a while. Feel like winter's here. It's beautiful though. Well, Mr. Coop and I are having a little stroll around the arena, just helping keep his legs down. Actually, his legs really aren't too bad at all. The only leg that was slightly swollen this morning was the one with the lots of little cuts on the inside of the hock, which was to be expected. So you keep walking right behind me. He's not actually that impressed about having to go for a walk around the arena. He sort of looks at me and is like, why? I wondered if anybody had picked up any bargains on the Black Friday sales or the Cyber Monday. Did you get anything for your horse or for yourself? I did a little bit of Christmas shopping, but that was it. And I didn't come across any spectacular deals. I mean, there was lots of 20% off here and there, which I guess if you're looking for something particular and you've been saving or waiting, it's great, but nothing that caught my eye anyway. You come in. Oh, he says this is so boring. What a beautiful day. Look at this cat. He's sunbathing. I mean, to be fair, he is in the perfect spot there, but look at him. He's having the time of his life. So in the beautiful sunshine, I did some of my favourite in-hand pole work exercises with Sienna. So I love this raised line of poles and doing just weaving in and out of them, getting her to bend and lift all at the same time. It's a really good exercise to do. I then moved on to this small circle, which obviously, as you can see, has 4 poles on it, all a little bit raised. I didn't quite know why she chose to have her nose so low to the ground. At one point, she actually knocked the poles over with her nose, just obviously entertaining herself, obviously doing it on both reins. I never rush, just allow her to take her time as she's walking over them. Pretty sure she knocks one of these down. There we go. Still room for improvement when it comes to pole work with Sienna. And then I just like to walk her through the centre of the cross that I had for the other exercise. Just good for working on straighteners. As you can see, she's very distracted today. She wasn't really in the working frame of mind, as you can see. We're having one of those sessions today where she's just not in the mood for it. She will do anything. She's spotted everything and anything to look at rather than do any pole work. She's so airy-fairy. She's literally, I should have some clips of it. She's walking over to the poles and she's not even looking at the poles. She's looking completely in the wrong direction. All she wants is a roll. Being that she was out in the field yesterday and you rolled yesterday, I'm surprised you're so desperate today. But yeah, zero work from her. She's just got no interest in working. The only thing I can think of is Bill's is out on a hat. So I'm just wondering if she's a bit like, while he's out, she can't concentrate, possibly. But something silly. She's just not here. She's on another planet right now. So this is Sienna's first time back out in the pen, sort of 23-24 winter. I'm trying to get them back into the routine of everyone having a bit of time out here each day. And I thought, since it's such a gorgeous day, today might be the day to play a bit of stable swapsies. So I've moved Corporal as well. So Corporal's now in what was his original stable, but Sienna's stable, so he can keep an eye on her, and so she is happy. And then Billy will go back in his stable for a couple of hours. I'm hoping, while I pop out and take some photos, she'll be all right out here on her own. So we'll just keep a little eye on her. Check you don't do anything daft, hey? Hey? Isn't that a mega blue sky behind? Incredible. You see that down there? That looks like a tooth. Excuse the dirty nails. That is a tooth. It's got the bit of... Look. I feel like this was next to Sienna's door. All right, I'm going to have to go and have a look at her mouth. Excuse the hair. I've just had a hat on, so it's as flat as a pancake. It's definitely a little tooth. Looking at it, it has to be Sienna's. So I'm thinking it must have still got like a bit of gum on it. The size of it, I think it can only be Sienna's. I don't think it can be Billy's. I looked in Corporal's mouth. I mean, he's got big old rotten teeth, and this doesn't look like a Coop's. It looks like a Sienna's, but it hasn't come out of her front, top or bottom. And I'm pretty sure the dentist said to me that all of her baby teeth had gone. But, I mean, either that or she's actually just broken a tooth off. But that's not a typical back tooth, is it? That's more like a front tooth. Anyway, no clue, but it was outside Sienna's stable. Corporal has been in there, but this doesn't look like a Corporal tooth. So I'm guessing it's come from her. Let us hope it wasn't an important one that she needed. She seems very happy. She's shoveling haylage down her throat, so she can't be in any discomfort or anything like that. But yeah, no, adding it to my little collection of, these were baby caps here. That's not like a cap. The caps are tiny, look. They are minuscule. That's like a proper tooth. Afternoon, guys. It's cold. It's cold, it's wet, it's miserable. I don't like this weather. Yesterday was so beautiful. Today's just such a manky grey day. And it's sort of this kind of drizzly rain all day, even though the weathermen were like, oh, it's going to stop at 11. No, it did not stop at 11. Anyway, I have been at work for a good portion of the day, and I got back home and I was quite cold, and I thought, I'll have like half an hour inside. And then I thought, you know what, I'll make some brownies, like, you know, nice Sunday treat and so on. So made up a batch of brownies, then did a bit of admin work, paid some bills, emails, sorting out the diary, all that kind of thing. And then suddenly looked out my window, and because I'd seen it was starting to rain, I was thinking, why is it raining properly again? Anyway, saw the time, it's nearly 3:30, and I thought, damn it. Afternoon just slipped by again, and I put brownies over working Sienna, so I'm quickly moving some poles around. I nearly was a bit lazy and thought, oh, she could just have a day off, but actually she can't really afford to have a day off mentally for her. She needs to do some sort of exercise, and so I thought, no, I've got to work her. So quickly putting these poles out, I'm going to put her on the lunch so she can have a bit of a canter, because she needs to let a little steam off. And then more hand walking for Coop. He's looking all right, actually, bless him. This is falling down my head. I'm hopeful that he's got away with something that could have been horrendous. So this has been a really bitty, weird vlog that's kind of just been all over the place. I'm sorry about that. Lots of drama, but yeah, it's all been a bit of a mismatch, but I thought I would put it in anyway. I probably should stop talking and get moving and get her lunged, because even though my camera's making it look quite light, being that it's so grey today, I think probably wouldn't surprise me if in the next 15 minutes it'll be quite dark, so I need to get a boogie on. But I will see you guys next week. Fingers crossed we have some blue skies and sunshine. I don't think it's forecast, but we can dream. And last week of November, December next Friday. Crazy.